Hi guys, welcome to Coffee Break. I'm Tory.
And I'm Brandall. Today we're going to be discussing glossophobia. It's a very important issue, and not to be confused with the fear of shiny things, but it is the fear of public speaking.
And that is something that affects about 75% of the populace, so more than likely you are affected, hence why you're here to learn from us. So make sure to stay tuned, and by all means make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our great videos as we put them out.
Some of them are even useful as well.
Break time.
So glossophobia is a very real and very important thing to overcome, or at least deal with. Many times anxiety can be crippling to people who try to speak in public. So the important thing first to know is ways to deal with your anxiety or to use it to your advantage.
Obviously, you don't want too much anxiety, if at all possible. The more comfortable you can feel, the better off you're going to be. Because one key element to public speaking, even in videos, if it's not a live speaking engagement, you want to make sure you are natural, that you act like yourself. You don't want to try to engage in something that's not natural.
Of course.
Because people pick up on it, they notice. So you want to be as natural and flowing as naturally as possible.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely, unless you're impersonating a robot or something of that nature, which I always find useful when I'm stressed.
Whatever works.
Yeah. So another thing you can do is use your anxiety to channel nervous energy. And that energy can be used to liven up the speech that you're trying to give and make you absolutely, just over... What? You're shaking, dude. You need to calm down, bud. You need to calm down, okay? So if you're prone to nervousness, you may not drink caffeine before your speech. Try to find things that help calm your nervousness. One of the ways to do that would also be to check out the place beforehand. You're still twitching. Oh, sorry. One of the good ways would be to check out the place beforehand. Get familiar with your speaking arrangements. If you're going to be using a microphone, things of that nature. Oh, hi.
Sorry,
keep it on
just
top.
checking out the place. Yeah, that is something true. You want to make sure that you're familiar with the topic that you're talking about and with what you're going to say about it. That way you don't lose track of where you're at. Some people use notes. Some people can wing it and do okay without. But maybe a note card or sheet of paper, something that kind of gives you an outline of what you're going to be talking about. Because you don't want to get distracted.
Squirrel.
Right here.
Squirrel.
Right here.
Squirrel.
Yeah, okay. Right. You don't want to get distracted from what you're talking about. And so some people keep a piece of paper or a note card. Anyways, you don't want to get distracted and start repeating yourself. Or just totally miss the point of what you're trying to say to begin with.
And you don't want to repeat yourself either. You want to be confident. You don't want to mumble. You want to speak clearly. You want to look your audience in the eye.
Do what?
Want to look your audience in the eye.
Right there.
Oh, when you're speaking to them, you don't want to act all shy and stuff. Comes across as very unprofessional. Because you start using nervous tics and stuff.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. And people know you're nervous if you start really just letting it take over.
Yeah. One very key attribute to public speaking as well is to make sure you enunciate clearly. It's very, very agitating if people think you're just mumbling.
I don't mumble. I just
Huh?
I don't mumble. I just talk normal.
As I was saying, make sure you enunciate clearly. It's one thing if it's sound equipment or whatever you're using that causes it to sound muffled, but if it's because of the way you're talking, that's something that's totally in your control. Make sure you enunciate each word clearly.
Absolutely, and that is an important thing. I understand that some things about public speaking will not be in your control. So, understand too that most people will not notice any mistakes that you may make. They will be focused more on trying to learn something from you than criticizing every flaw you may make.
Did you make this?
How about you made it?
Oh yeah. So, in ending, one thing to keep in mind with public speaking, almost always you're going to have some apprehension about it. That's natural, that's normal. You're human. You have this fear of
You have the fear of upping mass, is what the issue is.
Yeah, anyways, so just get out and do it. That's the greatest thing you can do for yourself. Don't dwell on it any more than you have to beforehand. Obviously, you want to be prepared, have your notes, make sure you know it, look over everything. But when it comes down to it, just get out there and do it. That's the best way you can get better at it. And practice, don't always make perfect, but it can definitely help you.
Research does show that practicing public speaking and public speaking in itself will naturally ease the fear of public speaking. That may sound silly, but it is backed up by research and is scientifically proven to help. And you may also want to find a mentor that can help you that is experienced in public speaking. It's definitely not a bad idea. Absolutely. We're always here for you.
That's right. So,
free advice, bad coffee.
That being said, make sure if you found something useful in what you heard today, leave us a comment below. If you try something and it just flops, it's his fault. Leave him a comment to tell him about it. Say, Brandall, that was horrible advice. Comment below. Let us know what you think. If you have some tips that maybe we didn't cover, there's obviously a lot more to public speaking than what we've talked about. So we would love to hear from you, and your comment, your advice could quite possibly benefit somebody else.
So thanks a lot again, guys, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. This guy right here is making some videos of his own. I think you'll find them very encouraging. Definitely worth checking out. We're going to put a link in the description below.
Absolutely.
Hope you'll look at it. Get some encouragement from that as well. Thanks a lot for listening to the Coffee Break and watching us. And
make sure to give this video a like.
And good luck with your public speaking.